This is Mr. V. Today we're going to work on making the layout of the Coke can. In the next video you're going to add decals to it. So create a new file. Instead of English, I want you to use metric, and this time we're going to do a standard mm. That means millimeter part file. So make sure you choose this one, standard mm.ipt. Okay, the first thing you want to do once you open it, you want to start your 2D sketch. This time let's use the XZ plane. And find your origin. We're going to make a circle there. Be sure it turns green when you hover over the origin with your crosshairs. Click and drag a circle. Right click OK. And we're going to set our dimension to 65 millimeters, which would be 6.5 centimeters. Okay, and set a front. Notice it says top this time. So we're working on the top of the circle. Okay, I want you to right click, finish 2D sketch. We're going to do our first extrusion, and I want you to extrude that 122 millimeters. It gets really large where you can't see it, and that's fine. Hit the home button. Now you can see that. Okay, so we've got a cylinder, 65 millimeters in diameter. Its extruded height is 122 millimeters. Okay, find the top. Hover over that. It should turn a different color. On mine it's turning red. Right click, new sketch. You can see your origin again, which is what we want. We're going to draw another circle here for the top of the can, and eventually we're going to put a decal in there with the tab and things like that. So draw your circle, dimension this, and I got that pretty close, to 53 millimeters. Right click OK on that. For this one I want you to right click, finish 2D sketch, and I'm going to hover it where you can see it a little bit. Okay. We're going to do another extrusion, but this time we're going to cut in. We're going to cut in 4 millimeters. Okay, see how it's cut in? While we're doing that, to make this easier to see, go ahead and right click on it. Go down to Properties. Change that to aluminum polished. So you can see the different color there. On the outside, let's say I'm doing a Coke. I'm going to make it red. Okay. This will just make it easier for us. Okay, top silver, gray steel. Change that, right click on it, Properties. Let's make that aluminum also. Aluminum polish. Okay. So, top part almost done, but if you look at a Coke can, it kind of has a chamfer, which you learned about in lesson 6. So let's change that to a chamfer. We want to do it on this edge. Let's try 5 millimeters. Hit OK there. See how it looks like a Coke can now where it is chamfered up. One other thing we want to do on the top. Let me scroll in here. Change from a chamfer to a fillet. You may have to move this around where you can see. Get on this inner circle and the top here. Do a 2 millimeter fillet. Hit apply. And it's kind of rounded it off. You wouldn't have a sharp edge there because it would cut your mouth when you're drinking it. Okay, top's done. Looks good. Got a chamfer. Okay. The chamfer was 5 millimeters. The fillets are 2 millimeters. You have to be real careful. Make sure you do a fillet inside here and up there. Okay, so now we're going to scroll to the bottom. This is going to be our new sketch. We can see that origin again. Instead of 53 millimeters here, dimension this circle to 50 Okay. We're going to finish 2D sketch there. Extrude that. Again, we want to go in instead of 4 millimeters. This time we want to go 8. Choose OK. Tell you what. Go ahead and change those to your aluminum. I probably should have done that earlier, but that's okay. A little extra practice. Okay, let's do a chamfer here. Keep it 5 like the top and 45-degree angle. Hit apply. Okay, looks pretty good. We've cut this in 8 millimeters, but we want to do a fillet here as well to this circle and that. Let's keep them 2 millimeters. Hit OK, and now we've rounded those edges off. A chamfer does an angle, once you learn about in lesson 6, and a fillet kind of rounds it off. Okay, so now we've got our bottom and top of the Coke can. And on the next video, part 2 of lesson 12, you're going to learn how to put decals on. You're going to put one decal around the wrapper where it looks like the painting on the outside, and then on the top you're going to put the tab and the part where the tab opens it and you drink out of it. But it's only going to be 2 pictures total, okay, with the decal. So let's do a file, save as, name it Mr. V lesson 12 Coke can, and save. And on part 2 you're going to add the decals, okay, and you can do some really cool stuff with that. These are the lessons towards the end of our tutorials where you're going to get on there and be able to do your own thing. So make sure you take your time on this. Do the proper fillets and chamfers to the top and bottom, okay, and make sure you dimension your circles right as well. And that's it for this lesson.